You know, it is a rare occasion that you guys see me in a regular white shirt. What is going on, y'all? It is just truly the Ryo Sakurai, and this is long expected of me to do. As you probably have known, I've been doing some reactions to Yokai Watch, and I've been my Facebook fan page because unfortunately YouTube doesn't want me to put uh my reactions to Yokai Watch on my channel because of copyright and whatever. It's gonna be blocked worldwide because it's Japanese dub and, well, not Japanese dub, it's Japanese sub. Even if if it was Japanese sub, it'll probably still get blocked. But other than that, if you guys want to see my reactions to all the episodes, right now I've done a reaction to 1 through 5. So if you guys want to see that, I will put a link in the description down below. Well, not in the description, but in the comments section. Because I know some people don't really necessarily look at the description box. So I'm going to put it in the comment section. I'm going to pin it so that y'all can go see it and whatnot. But anyway, this is basically a little review of Yokai Watch 1 through 5, episode 1 through 5. Mainly about what I think about Yokai Watch as a whole. Now, I stated this a couple of weeks ago before I even started this my reactions to Yokai Watch, and I said I realized that in the past in the past like generations of my life, I've noticed that I've tend to really like a lot of monster type robot like anime cartoon shows. Like, first started with Pokemon, then it was Digimon, then it was Monster Rancher, then it was Digimon with me, then Metabots, then Beyblade, and then it went to, like, if you wanna call Zatch Bell that, I got into Zatch Bell. What else did I was the Bakugan Battle Brawls, Battle Brawlers, Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Masters, you know, and the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. But mainly, I wasn't too pumped about Yokai Watch because of when you really look into it and whatnot, it's mainly just about this kid capturing ghosts, because the word yokai literally is the Japanese translation to the word ghost. He's literally capturing ghost-like monsters. So I was like, okay, well, that's gonna probably be okay. Then when I looked at episode 1, and just like I said, it's pretty much okay. It started off with this kid named yeah, I don't know how to really I forgot how to really pronounce his name, but I think it was Keita, and all of his school friends, and I believe he goes to an elementary school. I think he's an elementary schooler. Yeah, this one day, they're all, you know, playing in a park, capturing bugs, basically capturing beetles, which is very common in Japan, for little kids, like him in general, to be capturing beetles. And they were having a competition as to which one would be able to capture like the biggest, most, you know, prized beetle and whatnot. One of his friends captured this really good looking beetle. Another one got this shiny looking beetle. Like they all got like different types of beetles that looked really good, except for Keita, who basically didn't have that much luck to capture beetles. So he doesn't give up, and he gets pumped at the fact that his not high school crush, but his crush, I forget her name. I'm gonna remember it later on. But yeah, he is pumped because he wants to impress her, so that he can, you know, win her over and, you know, be good looking in her eyes. So he goes deep into the forest and whatnot. And while he's trying to capture this, you know, like a beetle, he notices this little stone, this ancient toy machine. This ancient little toy ball machine, you know, the ones that you would mainly see in a supermarket or whatnot. He mainly sees this little stone toy machine. It's very ancient, and it's in the middle of an open field under a tree. So he goes to get it. He doesn't go to get it. He goes to it, and he's wondering whether or not he wants to even mess with it. The moment he even makes a prominent decision is the ghost saying, put in a coin. So he gets creeped out. He puts in the coin, turns the crank, gets the little ball, and opens it, and out comes a yokai, well, a ghost. Mainly the one who he basically always travels with in this series. He's called Whisper, and he decided that he wanted to become Keita's like ghost butler. So at first he tries to make give him a wish that he capture all types of beetles. Keita wasn't having that, and so while they were on their little adventure, he tells Keita all about yokai and the reason why they all exist, and their interactions with humans. So then he goes home. His first 2 yokais that he befriends, like in this series, he doesn't capture them. He basically befriends them, and he ends up getting like a little medal, a pendant, so that he can call them whenever he needs. So he gets this one yokai that makes his parents argue, and he captures the other yokai, which apparently is the husband to the first yokai, who was mainly a female. That was new to me. But yeah, he captures the other yokai, who mainly calms the first yokai's ability that affects couples to fight. So he calms the parents down from fighting, and it mainly just picks up, after that, and like we just see Keita going to school throughout his daily life, and all the while he's using this watch that Whisper gave him to track down yokais, because they're invisible to the human eye. But with the watch that he has, you can direct some light to it, and he just sees these yokai affecting humans' natures and how they act and how they behave. Second episode was no different. He tracks down another yokai that makes people be extremely honest or tell some very immature truths. Like he made the girl he has a crush on tell everybody in class that he wanted to go take a poop. It's like, what? Why would you wanna like fully admit that, even though it she wasn't in her mindset or like her very own mindset. It was a yokai that was controlling her to do that. But he ends up befriending this yokai, who apparently looked like a small little old lady with some big ass arms. I'm like, what in the heck? What in the world? Well, actually, I think I'm getting ahead of myself, because in the first episode, I know the reason why I skipped this character is because I don't like this character. Well, this yokai. So the next yokai they get before they go to this other yokai that I just mentioned, Bakugo. That's the Japanese name. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I have a very weird memory. Sometimes I remember the exact names, and sometimes I don't. Bear with me, y'all. Just bear with me. But anyway, he notices. He's walking down the street. Keita's walking down the street with Whisper, and he encounters this yokai who is a cat that basically passed on from getting hit by a car or a truck. And after he passed on, this freaking cat, this dumb, tries to fight each and every car or truck that crosses the street where this cat got hit. And this yokai of the yokai name of this cat is called Jibanyan. And Jibanyan is one of those characters that's really obnoxious and really annoying, because you just see him do the same thing over and over and over, trying to fight this car, and then he keeps getting hit and knocked into the sky, and he comes back with like, alright, I'm ready to do this, I'm gonna fight this car, I'm gonna fight him, and boom, he gets knocked into the doggone air again. All the while, Keita and Whisper try to figure out what the heck is this cat's problem. They find out later on in his life that he had an owner who basically was calling him dumb and stupid and whatnot. And we find out later on in this episode that the reason why she did all that, well, she was calling him all that, and I remember it because I think I remember it that like they explained the reason why this owner was calling him stupid and dumb and all that. She even was disappointed after the dang cat died, and I think it was because the cat was so doggone willing to do stupid stuff. Like a cat, like you already know, cats do some dumb stuff. They do stuff to mess other things up. Like they are some evil mother truckers at some point. Like if you're a cat owner, you know what I'm talking about. Like cats, they'll touch anything and everything and jump and knock down stuff and whatnot, and then get hurt like in the craziest amount of ways and whatnot. And y'all know what I'm talking about, and it's just ridiculous. So befriends this yokai, and as after this episode, I noticed that after like 3 through 5, Jibanyan is so useless. This yokai is so useless. He can't fight. He complains about everything. He invaded Keita's house in episode 5, mooching off his shit, taking his chocolate, having a Buddhist priest come in the house and basically bless the entire house because he couldn't help himself but to cause a disturbance in the house, not knowing forgetting he's a damn ghost. And the parents are just freaking out. And it was like, this was not here when I first came back. Why is this here? Why is that here? What happened to the chocolate? Why is the chocolate gone? And they blame it on Kenta because he took the chocolate. I'm like, yo, leave his house. Leave his house alone. Nobody invited you. Leave his house. Like, seriously. But I'm getting ahead of myself because 3 and 4 was a pretty good episodes. I believe 3 in episode 3 they encountered this other yokai named Jimenken, and Jimenken is basically this old man who descended, well, not descended, but passed on with a dog that both got hit simultaneously by a big plank of wood, and he ends up coming into his afterlife as a man-like dog. And there's a certain word for a spirit like this. I forgot what the name of it is, but his yokai name is Jimenken. And Jimenken is a funny character, like seriously, because then we find out that even though he's a yokai, even though he's a ghost, he's still a dog to humans. So humans tend to look at him as just this dog who keeps getting into trouble. So the police took him to jail, mistaken for him as a man, because he goes on his own 2 paws, and he was urinating on a public spot. So they take him to jail and whatnot. This yokai stays in jail. Like this is that one yokai that he just can't seem to get out of trouble, because he goes into making a business. That doesn't work because he's attracting dog customers instead of human customers. He tries to go into photography, and that doesn't work because everyone looks at him as a dog and not an actual human. So he gets kicked out of that and then gets put back in jail because he was breaking the law. I was like, yo. And every time they call this yokai, the one time they called him, and it was to fight this other yokai, which I actually like. And this particular yokai was like a bad guy thug like yokai. There's a word for this type of thing that's in Japan. They mainly have like black jackets and whatnot with some long baggy pants and with a hairstyle that's like, yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like that bad boy type of person that they really show a lot in Japan. But this gecko-like yokai, I forget what his name is, but it's the dopest name ever. It's the dopest Japanese yokai name ever, but I forget what the name is. They call Jimenken to fight this yokai. Jimenken comes in with the doggone steel bars caged around him. I'm like, yo, that's how bad he's in jail. And then like he comes out of it all depressed and stuff. Although like he is a useful yokai, I'll give you that, because he actually did something to this gecko like yokai. They came to a standstill, and he befriended this this gecko yokai, which he hasn't been able to use. So, but like for right now, episode 1 through 5, Keita's mainly been dealing with these these D and C grade yokai. Like I cannot wait till we get to like episode 10 to 15, where I hope he starts to battle these yokai who are actually strong, like, you know, like B or A quality type of yokai. Because whenever I go into like the end credits, oh, by the way, the ending theme to Yokai Watch, it is the most catchiest theme ever. Like if you see my reaction videos, you will see me like basically dancing to this to the ending theme. Like it's so goddamn catchy. But yeah, mainly I like this series, but I've been noticing that in the end theme, like you see these giant big yokai, and they look dope as hell. Like that remind me mainly about how Monster Rancher, where you just see these big monsters and whatnot, and then you have the little monsters and stuff. Like it's just honestly dope. But overall, this series, I like it so far. I'm gonna do another review of 6 through 10 once we get to it. Until then, you guys, I will keep you guys posted, and I will post as much of the links to my reactions to Yokai Watch as much as I can. But yeah, this has been the Ryo Sakurai, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out. Peace.